What does a vegetarian burger and an electric car have in common? Well, I don't really have a punchline for you guys, but it is you, my audience, the electric car community. And at first I was like, why all this electric car owners and enthusiasts absolutely love the Impossible Burger? And that's what we're talking about, right? They're relatively recent, a young company. They created this meatless patty that really, I kid you guys not, if you haven't tried it, really tastes like meat. You won't believe this. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, even Burger King actually has this Impossible Whopper now, so you can check it out there. There's some restaurants who sell them. Really recommend. But why? But I realized that there is actually an interesting reason, and I've ended up asking this question none other but the CEO and founder of the Impossible Foods, and I'll show you my interview with him in just 1 second. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you already have, click on the bell notification icon, because normally we don't really talk about food here. We normally talk about electric cars every day, including weekends and holidays and my birthday. So check that out. But I had a great conversation with Pat Brown, the CEO of the company, and more than half of the conversation actually ended up being about electric cars. That's why I'm going to pretty much play it to you guys in its entirety. He's a fun guy. He's a really passionate guy. You'll see. This is the type of people I love having on my show. So you guys are in for a treat. Before I do that, of course, a quick reminder that this channel and this video is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called M-Byte, coming to the United States, coming to Europe in just next year. Really, I cannot wait, really. And if you haven't reserved yours, I don't know why not. You might as well. There are tens of thousands of us already in the queue. It costs absolutely no money to do so in a minute of your time. So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. All right, without further ado, here's my conversation with Pat, the CEO and founder of Impossible Foods.
Now, I've always wondered, why is my electric car audience loves Impossible Burgers so much? We have the same audience. How did that happen?
Well, even people who don't love electric cars actually love Impossible Burgers, but I think that the people who are looking out for new and better technology that isn't just better for the world, but is better at serving their own needs, gravitate to electric cars. I'm one of those people. I'm a big electric car fan. Nobody wants to drive an electric car if it's a golf cart. They want to drive a car that really delivers, gets them from point A to point B efficiently, reliably, and the same is true for food products. People may care about the environment, just as many of the electric car drivers do, but not at the expense of the pleasure of daily life. And we recognize that at Impossible Foods, we need to deliver not only a vastly more sustainable product, but one that gives consumers everything they want from either a burger or a pork product. I think that idea resonates with the people who love electric cars.
Would it be fair to say that we're basically tackling the same, problem of climate change from just two different angles?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just at the climate conference in Madrid. Very depressing, because basically you have people from government representatives from around the world ostensibly getting together to figure out how to avert cataclysmic climate change. And they can't even agree on the most feeble changes. They've signed on to goals that basically accept the fact that we're going to have even more catastrophic climate change. Well, you and I don't have to accept that. And the only way that we're going to address this problem and basically save the planet for future generations, which is really, an existential issue right now, is individual innovation. Electric cars are a perfect example of that. The electric car industry is not based on a bunch of do-gooders, wanting to persuade people to do the right thing for the planet. It's people who recognize that the way to solve this problem is to make a car that's not only more sustainable, but a better experience, a better value for the driver. That's exactly the same way that we look at Impossible Foods, that we have our mission, which is to save the planet. But for a consumer, their mission is to get a delicious, affordable, nutritious product. And if we don't deliver on their mission, we don't achieve our mission. It's just the same with electric cars.
And you yourself drive an electric car.
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. I feel like it's a no-brainer for me because I think, well, I have kids and I care about the future of the planet, and I want to do everything I possibly can to reduce my environmental footprint. Plus, it's a great car. It is affordable.
What do you have?
Okay, apologies to the Tesla aficionados here. I drive a bottom of the line, completely undecked out Chevy Bolt, but it does a great job of getting me where I need to go. It's got a comfortable ride, good acceleration, and excellent range.
You don't have to worry. Tesla fanboys don't watch this channel. This is a true electric car community. I drive a Volt.
Right.
You're good.
Yeah. I got nothing against Teslas. Some of my favorite people drive Teslas. It's fine. It's okay, but it's all about getting from point A to point B with minimal impact, comfortably and reliably.
Now, there's an interesting point I literally just heard about 5 minutes ago, is that changing changing the world from the perspective of food is actually much easier than changing the world from the perspective of electric cars, right? Because you can sell an electric car or a car to someone every 3 to 5 years, because people need a car every 3 to 5 years or so. But people need to eat much more often. And so, and you don't have to retrofit the entire factory to start producing Impossible Burgers versus the beef burgers. Talk a little bit about that, how this much faster cycle can really put the food industry, if they really decide to follow your footsteps, to changing the world in a much faster pace than even the electric cars can.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. So, right, the buying a new car, something you might do every 5 or 10 years, something like that. Buying your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner is something that you do every single day. When you talk about, think about meat at a technology show, it's like 7 billion daily users. It's just a completely recurring experience. What that means for us is the chance for someone to try our product, which is the critical thing. Like most people, when they try our product, a very large fraction of them become repeat customers, okay? And getting that trial is the hard part. Well, with a car, you only get one chance every 5 years. With food, you get a few chances every single day. And once they try it, just like probably most people when they buy an electric car, they're never going back to the old internal combustion engine. And but like I said, we get many, many more chances. And also, I think it's both of them are pretty capital intensive, scaling up production. But I think it's the growth of the consumer base that's limiting, and we have an advantage there. Yeah.
All right, that was a lot of fun. And by the way, this was at their event in Las Vegas where they've unveiled the Impossible Pork, the pork that has no pork in it. I've tried it. It's absolutely amazing. Everything that they've served, they ended up serving, pretty much everything that they have right now in the market. It was absolutely amazing. It really does taste like the actual thing, except for it's not. So just like I said, if you haven't tried it, definitely try it. Find a store, find a restaurant near you. I can't wait for them to actually have like frozen patties that we can buy and can cook at home, because I'm gluten free, so a lot of times I can't have those burgers because of the buns, but at home I can. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know in the comment section if you have tried and loved the Impossible Burger, and also if you own an electric car. We'll have a little survey. We'll see if my theory is right, and I'm glad that Pat was agreed with me on that. And I have quite a few pictures from that event and some Instagram stories. So if you want to see that and just behind the scenes of a lot of stuff and stories that I do, don't forget to follow me on Instagram under E4Electric. As a matter of fact, that's my username pretty much on all social media, including TikTok. I don't know if you ever heard of TikTok, but if you haven't, asked your kids. It's getting really popular. All right, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, of course. And if you already have, there's more work to be done. Click on that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. moving forward. All right, so let's get the comment section going. I'm definitely looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.